Hey guys, it's me, Lexi. For today's video, I'll be reacting some 14 hard riddles only the smartest and 5% of people can crack. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Oliver was attacked in his flat and taken to the hospital. There are 4 suspects, all of them Oliver's neighbors. Wow, I'd find another apartment. Amelia said she'd been walking in the park since early morning. Henry explained he'd been painting in his studio and had heard nothing. Jacob said he had been repairing his car. Sophia answered she'd been taking a bath for the past 3 hours. Look at these people's hands and try to figure out who's lying.
This one. Because these two, if they didn't have stains in their hands, then that means they were actually.
It's a bit strange that Jacob, who was repairing his car, and Henry, who was painting, both have such clean hands. But they could be wearing gloves. On the other hand, Sophia's hands and fingers don't have wrinkles. But it would be a natural skin reaction after 3 hours in a bathtub. Sophia, you've been caught smooth-handed. The police found out there was a new smuggler in town.
Okay?
3 people were under suspicion. Luna, a school bus driver, Jackson,
Why is his name Luna? Isn't that a girl name? It's fine, I don't care.
a fire truck driver, and Daniel, an ambulance driver. All of them claim to have been busy with their work since the very morning. Can you figure out who's the smuggler?
I think it's this one because look at all of these windows. They look natural, and none of them has this. And plus, it's spelled backwards. Ambulance, and they spelled it backwards. That's for me, probably.
The word ambulance is normally written backward. It's done so that other drivers can instantly read the inverted word in their rearview mirrors. Well, it seems Daniel has given himself away. It was the day when Jacob was supposed to be discharged from the hospital. He had spent a couple of months there and underwent several surgeries. He walked home. On the way, he accidentally bumps into an elderly lady. She gets furious and started to shout at Jacob. But instead of arguing back, he hugged the woman and ran home. Why?
Okay, look. So, see, it says here, so he cannot see it because it tells us. So he couldn't hear correctly here. He heard wrong.
His problem could be helped. But when he heard the woman shouting at him, he realized the doctor had told him the truth. Maybe the doctor should have shouted. Chloe stayed late at the office that day. When she was driving home, the woman was worn out. At one moment, she even started to doze off. That's when it happened. She spun off the road and crashed through the fence that was on her way. She couldn't control the car anymore. It slipped down a steep hill and ended up in a lake. Chloe couldn't move her arms. They were stuck. She couldn't undo her seatbelt or open the door. The car sank to the bottom of the lake. Was Chloe doomed? Rescuers arrived 3 hours later. The woman was still in the car, but she was alive. How did she survive?
So I think the water got only through her neck because that didn't look like a big river. They didn't said a big river that was deep down. They didn't said that. So pretty much the car sank to the bottom really fast and it only got through her neck. Not too fast, just slowly. So it got through her neck only. So yeah.
After the car hit the bottom of the lake, the water only came up to Chloe's throat. It was a very shallow lake. Good thing, huh?
Okay.
It was Jack's birthday, and the fellow got a present he had been dreaming about for ages, a motorbike. The next morning, he rode his bike to college and left it at the parking lot. During lunchtime, Jack decided to check on his motorbike. Imagine his horror when he found out someone had broken the mirrors. The security guard told Jack only 3 other people had left his building in the afternoon. They were Owen and Sam, 2 best friends, and Layla, the girl who once liked Jack but got turned down by him. Owen said he and Sam had gone to the campus cafe to get sandwiches for lunch. Sam confirmed this. He then added the bike could have been damaged by Layla out of revenge. But Layla told Jack her mother had visited her, and they had spent 2 hours together. So, who's lying?
Well, it's obvious these guys because they They didn't buy it, they delivered it because it's right here, food delivery. It's so obvious. And she's actually being honest, and they decided to frame her right here so they could be innocent, but sadly, they're lying.
Owen has a paper bag with food delivery written on it.
One sec.
Ordered their lunch.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little more time to guess.
Owen has a
You can
paper
just
bag
try
with
it.
food delivery written on it. It means the guys ordered their lunch, not bought it in the cafe. They broke Jack's mirrors and tried to frame Layla. Not a good reflection on them, huh? Detective Taylor was chasing a dangerous criminal. Suddenly, the man entered a hospital. Oh no, there are hundreds of rooms there. Luckily, it was raining, and the criminal left footprints on the hospital floor. The detective followed them and got into a small room. There were 3 people there, all covered in bandages from head to toe. But one of them was a fake patient. Who?
Too easy. Just God, there's nothing right here. Look, they all have it. Only these two, but the middle doesn't, so it's obvious. I forgot to put
It was the dude in the middle. He didn't even have a medical chart next to his bed.
If you don't
Very
believe
quick
me,
job
then
on the bandages, though.
but you
The
cannot.
CEO of a large company called the police. He was sure that one of his employees, Victoria, had stolen a memory card with secret information, all the necessary papers,
Again.
clothes, but found nothing. And then, when they were about to give up, one of the detectives realized where Victoria kept the memory card. Can you figure it out?
Okay, then quick pause. Okay, wait, let me just zoom in. Where did it zoom in at her? I'm going to try to get there.
And when they were about to give up, one of the detectives realized where...
Look. See this? We're gonna skip a little till here. Wait, no. Skip a little bit more to here. Okay, now let's see what's the difference. Okay, her hair is usually opened. And now let's go back here.
where Victoria...
Look. Her hair used to be opened, and look now. It's puffed open. So it's she either kept it here behind her bow tie or in her hair.
kept the memory card. Can you figure it out?
Yes, it's either in the bow tie, behind the bow tie, or in her hair. Her hair was free, but now it's actually in a bow.
When the police first came to her, the woman had her hair down.
Yes.
But after that, Victoria changed her hairstyle. The memory card is in her bun.
Let's go!
Yep, Victoria and her sticky bun. Michael was going home from the gym when everything went black. When he regained consciousness, he found out he was in a locked room. Next to the door, there was a computer with a keyboard. On the screen, there was a riddle. Michael had to write the correct answer and the door would open. The riddle went like this. It makes 2 people out of 1. What is it? Michael
It makes 2 people out of 1.
typed the needed word and the door opened. He was free to go. What was the answer?
Hold on, let me quickly think as well as you. Okay, I guessed mine, and I had to make it go back so you guys could also guess.
I had
So
to write the correct answer and the door would open. The riddle went like this.
I'm gonna quickly turn on the title.
It makes 2 people out of 1. What is it?
I think it's a mirror. What's your guys' guess? It can be anything, but it mustn't be mine. Or if you think the same, then let's continue.
Michael typed the needed word and the door opened. He was free to go. What was the answer?
It's a mirror. Mirror.
2 best friends, Emily and Luna, came to a popular and expensive hair salon. At first, the administrator told the girls they had just one available hairstylist. But after making a phone call, she happily announced she had found another hairdresser. Emily and Luna could have their hair done at the same time. But in the process, it dawned on the girls that one of the hairstylists was fake. Which one?
Oh my! Look, she's holding a scissor, and a brush. Okay. And plus, this girl is holding this. What was that? That is creepy. So it's pretty much this one is fake because look at her like hand. It's holding something wrong. Okay, just look closely. See, I fold it and look here. Okay, now we know. I'm gonna zoom it out. There it is. It's pretty obvious. And they had a lot of them. So I was looking.
Both hairstylists are using regular scissors, but instead of hairspray, the one on the left is holding
Hold on.
a bug spray. Yeah, that's a big clue right there.
Oh, wow.
A man on a bike grabbed Sarah's bag with all her documents, money, and smartphone and sped off. The only way the girl can get her bag back is by taking someone's car and driving after the criminal. There are 3 vehicles parked nearby. Which one can Sarah break into and drive off? Borrow.
Not his. He already took it. This is already his car. Or he could ask him to, or she could ask him to drive her there. Yeah, my vote. Okay, but let me quickly tell you what my vote is, even though I did. So she could either take these two, or she could ask this guy to drive her to the criminal, or to the police station. And she cannot break them because see, there's a camera there. 2 cameras. One is watching this side and the other is watching that. So she has to ask the guy if he can give her a drive.
A man is sitting in the blue car. That's no good. If she decides to take the red car, CCTV will spot her. Her only option is the brown vehicle. Oh, and Sarah, don't forget to return the wheels when you get your bag back. Otherwise, you'll be Grand Theft Sarah. Mary and her younger brother, Alex, were mushroom hunting in the forest. Wait, mushroom hunting? What do you do, sneak up on them so they don't escape? Anyway, they started a quarrel. Alex got angry and ran away. After several minutes, Mary rushed after him. She was still fuming, but also worried. Soon, the girl reached a small river. A man was sitting on the shore. Did you see a teenager here? Mary asked. Yep, he's just taken a boat and made it to the other side. But Mary didn't believe the man. Why?
Well, as you can see, he didn't believe him. It's because the panels are already there, right in this corner. So obvious. It's looking so camouflaged.
The boat is indeed on the other side, but the paddles are lying next to the man. How could the boy cross the river without them? So, where's Alex? Kidnapped by the escaped mushrooms? We may never know. Ella came to a party that took place in her best friend's house. It was a riddle party. All the guests had to crack mysteries and participate in different challenges. Ella's task was to get out of a locked room in the basement. The girl was blindfolded, taken downstairs, and left alone. After pulling the piece of cloth off her eyes, Ella noticed the door had a code lock. She also spotted a sheet of paper lying on the floor next to the door. There were 4 flowers drawn there. Ella looked at them for a while and entered the correct code. The door opened and the girl joined the party. So, what was the code?
Okay, look. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. And look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. Or it could be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I have a lot of votes, but I vote till 9. And So 12.
Ella counted the petals on each flower.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Okay, I think I got smart.
The code was 5748. Carter was visiting his friend Mateo, who lived in another city. Mateo loved riddles. In the evening, he challenged Carter to get the key to the guest room where the guy was supposed to be sleeping. Mateo dropped the key in the bucket filled with cold water and told Carter to get it. But he couldn't touch the water or use anything to pull the key out. That night, Carter slept in the guest room. How did he get the key?
Okay, let me think quick. Okay, so
How did he get the key?
Guess is he melted the bucket because he couldn't use anything, or grabbed the key with his hand. So if it's cold water, he could just melt it and then get the key. Like melt the water and then use his hand. It's really cold.
Started to boil and soon evaporated. After that, Carter picked the key up. Mateo was steamed. Nora was an insurance agent. Once, her client called her early in the morning. The woman was in tears. At night, someone had broken into her house. By the time the woman had enough courage to go downstairs, the thief had already taken all the valuables. When she looked out of the window, the man was running away. "Do you remember what he looked like?" Nora asked. The client answered, "It was still dark outside. I understood it was a man, tall and thin. He had dark hair and was wearing a V-neck t-shirt." Nora immediately realized her client had staged the burglary. How did she figure it out?
So there's no way a burglar would look like that. They would first they would wear a mask. They'd be really silent. And second of all, they would, let me see, they wouldn't be wearing that, and they would have been gone earlier. So, and plus, if the person was caught, they would have just called the police then. It was so simple. Instead, she called her. That's so literally obvious. She could have called the police, but she didn't.
It was dark, and the man was running away from the client's house. Then how could the woman see he was wearing a V-neck t-shirt?
Oh.
Beats me.
Okay. Oh my
Mr.
God.
Morris.
But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want to see more riddle video, make sure you like and subscribe and share the video and hit the bell button. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye.